Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Residents remember slain cop as good police at 9-9. Residents of West Kingston, well-wishers and friends of Corporal Oliver Mullins Jr. converged at the Denhampton Police Station for 9-9 to celebrate the cop who was slain last week in the line of duty. They swamped stories about the well-loved cop who Trenchtown residents dubbed good police, who tried to mentor young men from the community. They recall fondly his kindness, his bravery and his willingness to lend a listening ear to everyday problems. On Thursday, October 21, about 10:45 p.m., the corporal was among a team of officers who responded to a call from residents in the area when they were attacked by gunmen, a constable for a statement said. One of the gunmen was reportedly killed in the incident. The police high command condemned the killings. At the time, Mullins was the second cop to kill in less than a week. Alleged Jamaican lottery scamming mastermind makes appearance in U.S. court. A St. James businessman alleged to be the mastermind behind a local lottery scamming group has made his first appearance in the U.S. court after being extradited from Jamaica. Anthony Stewart, 38, of Book Village, waived his right to an extradition hearing in September when he appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. He is charged in a 9-count indictment with conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. The indictment was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of North Carolina in December 2019 and was unsealed after the defendant's extradition. According to the unsealed indictment, Stewart and his co-conspirators sought to unlawfully enrich themselves through a fraudulent lottery scheme targeting the elderly. The Department of Justice says victims throughout the United States received phone calls in which they were falsely informed that they had won cash prizes totaling over $1 million and needed to pay fees in order to claim their winnings. The indictment alleges that the victims were instructed on how to send their money, including through the use of money transmitting services, wire transferred, and the U.S. Postal Service, and to whom. The indictment further alleges victims were instructed to purchase electronics and other expensive goods and to send them to Stewart's co-conspirators, who ultimately forwarded the goods and money to Stewart in Jamaica. The victims never received any winnings. The Justice Department's Office of International Affairs worked with law enforcement partners in Jamaica to secure the arrest and extradition of Stewart. It was a scare. Several parents got a serious scare on Friday morning when they received news that 9 students and 1 teacher at the John Wallin Success Primary School in Barrytown, St. James, were experiencing episodes of fainting and vomiting. The teacher was reported the first to begin feeling unwell shortly before general devotion, while the students, who were largely from grade 6 cohort, experienced similar symptoms during a mathematics session after the devotions. While operators at the school were back to normal when reporters visited, the parents and guardians who gathered at the institution were on edge, some muttering the blood of Jesus to console themselves. Scotcha Dobbs, whose daughter is in grade 6 at the school, admitted to being worried for her child's safety when she first got the news. It was a scare, and I was very frightened by it. My daughter called and informed me about it, so I just hurried and came down same time, said Dobbs. All kind of things were going through my head, but I just wanted to make sure my daughter was okay and that it was nothing too serious. Kamala Shaw, who also has a child in grade 6, said her daughter suffered asthma symptoms triggered from the panic. My daughter called me and told me that other kids were experiencing fainting and vomiting. I told her that I am coming to come to get her if she's experiencing any of that, said Shaw. Afterwards, the principal called and said, my daughter is panicking, and asked if she has asthma, and I said yes. So my daughter borrowed someone else's pump to treat herself. Because of the fear of the other kids, she was panicking, and I thought it was bigger than this, but I am glad that everything is settled. It is understood that shortly after the incident, the school sought guidance from the St. James Health Services, the Minister of Health, and the Ministry of Education. The parents of the affected students also picked up their children, reporters were told. Rehydration fluid were also sourced from the nearby Barrytown Clinic to treat affected persons, and representatives from the health department visited the school to monitor the rest of the population in case of any further incident. The incident took place days after another bizarre incident at the Oberlin High School in St. Andrew, where several students fainted or fell into an apparent trance during a devotional exercise on Wednesday. But Yvonne Miller-Winston, the principal of John Rawlins, made it clear that the sickness and fainting experienced by the teacher and student did not occur during the school's devotion. It was during a math class when it appeared that the students got sick and the teacher got sick before devotion. What happened was that the teacher came the morning and was vomiting and fainting, and then we had general devotion, and after that we had what we call math talk. Then I heard an uproar at one of the grade 5 classes, and I was told a child fainted. The child was taken to the sick bay, and then we had a number of other students fainting and vomiting, said Miller Wisdom, adding that by 11 a.m., the panic had ended and things had settled down. We are assuming it is gastroenteritis, but we are still monitoring the situation, and the Ministry of Health has given us rehydration fluid, which have in the fridge, so that we can administer it in case we have any more episodes, she added. Since last week, concerns have heightened about gastroenteritis, with the health authorities reported that scores of children had reported to the Boston Mental Hospital for Children over recent weeks with symptoms of the illness. Tribute service for the late Dr. Roosevelt Crooks set for November 8, funeral on November 9. Persons who wish to pay their respect to the late Dr. Roosevelt Crooks are being invited to do so at a special tribute service slated for Tuesday, November 8. The service will be held at the Anglican Church Hall on Milford Road, Ochoa, St. Anne, starting at 5 p.m. The event is to facilitate tributes that would typically be included in the funeral service. The Crooks family has indicated that the tributes cannot be accommodated during the funeral service due to time constraints. The funeral service will be held the following day, Wednesday, November 9, Our Lady of Fatima Roman Catholic Church in Ochoa, St. Anne, beginning at 11 a.m. Prior to the funeral service, a procession will be conducted from the Warren River Water Wheel in Maumee Bay to the church. The water wheel is deemed one of Dr. Cook's legacy project, having lobbied for its protection as a National Heritage Site. Dr. Crooks died on September 28 after a long period of illness. At the time of his passing, Dr. Crooks operated the Crooks Criticare Emergency Services Limited. He was also a well-known musician and previously served as chairman of the St. Anne St. Mary Tourism Advisory Board. Maumee Mayor Williams encourages youth involvement in civic activities. Mayor of Montego Bay, Councillor Ua Williams, is encouraging the increased involvement of youth in civic-related activities in an effort to instill positive values and attributes. According to a release, Williams was speaking at the St. James leg of the local government Mount Cross Island Run held in Samshop Square on Friday. He took the opportunity to educate mostly young field audience of the purpose of local government, while also commending their contribution to the event. Partnerships are critical, especially as we maneuver these unprecedented times. Members of our communities are looking forward to meaningful partnership which impact them in wholesome way. Similarly, with all these rapid changes happening around us, it is crucial to involve our youth population in civic-minded activities to reinculcate good values and positive attributes, said Mayor Williams. While expressing his gratitude to the youth runners who participated in this year's local government Cross Island Run, Williams suggested that even while the mission of the local government ministry is to provide a sound policy, the St. James Municipal also has its specific functions which impact everyone, including the youth population. The arms of the municipal corporation are far-reaching and extend on behalf of the wider ministry. So, as we seek to foster self and community empowerment, let us continue to build our Jamaica that we can realize Vision 2030, said Williams. Also at the event were Deputy Mayor of Montego Bay and Chairman of the event, Councillor Richard Vernon, Capacity Development Coordinator at the Social Development Commission, Latoya Dobson-Fletcher, and Reverend Mark Mullins. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development launched it in 2022, staging it as Cross Island Run on October 19, 2022, following a pause for 2 years due to the novel coronavirus pandemic. The run will culminate on November 5th at the National Church Service, which will be hosted at the Kennicott Seventh-day Adventist Church in Kingston. The activity, organized through the Social Development Commission, is a precursor to local government and community month celebration each year in November.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell